What is up, you guys? It's John here, and I just want to say I love making these YouTube videos. I love talking about things I'm passionate about and sharing those passions with everyone watching, and getting everyone to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Well, if you know me personally, you would know that I'm a really busy person. At one point this year, I had 5 part-time jobs and I was a full-time college student. With that being said, I had a lot on my plate. And if there's one thing I learned from that experience, it was the importance of time management skills. So, in this video, I want to explain some of the time management skills that I use, and hopefully you find a few of these tips useful as well. I do want to give credit to where credit is due. I did learn a lot of these tips from this book, The 4-Hour Workweek, and from a lot of YouTubers like Graham Stephan and Nate O'Brien. So these are the tips that I find useful and the ones that I use. Hopefully these help you as well. So let's begin the video. The first tip I have is to prioritize everything. Never say the words, "I don't have time for that," because most likely you do and you just need to make time. The tip that I use is called Parkinson's Law, and that suggests that the work that you have will expand to the allotted time that you give to it. So, if you have a whole day to get something done, chances are you're going to take all day to get that done. But if you give yourself 3 hours to get that done, you're going to somehow find a way to get that thing done in 3 hours. By giving myself time limits, it gave me a sense of urgency and I got things done a lot faster, resulting in more free time each and every day or more time to take on another job. The second tip I use is called Labyrinth's Law. This law suggests that you should focus on the most important task of the day first. I agree with this to an extent. Sometimes, psychologically, it's better to start with the smaller task first because you get to check those off right away and it gets the ball rolling. However, everyone is different. If I were you, I would look at the times that you're most productive and schedule your whole day around that. The third tip I have is having a to-do list. Before I go to bed, I'll write down exactly what I want to accomplish the next day. I write it down in a journal, and I also use Parkinson's Law and give myself time limits on certain tasks. I do not go to bed until everything on that list is completed. This also gives you a sense of purpose each and every day. The fourth tip I have is getting enough sleep. If you are tired throughout the day, it's just going to make everything harder. From a singer's perspective, your voice needs sleep. If your voice doesn't have enough sleep, then it's not going to sound good. The fifth tip I have is stop trying to multitask. Get rid of all distractions when you're trying to do a task. I find for me, social media is the biggest threat to my productivity. If you're not careful, 5 minutes of TikTok can turn into 2 hours. One thing I find useful is when I'm really busy, I turn my phone onto Do Not Disturb and only check it at certain times. It helps when your phone is on silent because you're not getting all these notifications which can distract you from the task at hand. So I would turn off all notifications except for the notifications for my YouTube channel. Alrighty, so with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope you enjoyed these tips. If you have any tips that you would like to share, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.